Good day and hello. My name is Drew Wilson. I'm a Master Principal Solution Engineer with Oracle, and today we're going to cover EDM scenarios and personas as part of the Level 3 training for Enterprise Data Management. So as we go through, a few things that we'll encounter during this presentation. One is key EDM scenarios that you need to be familiar with. Second is the target personas for an EDM conversation. Who do you talk to? What kind of messages do you bring to that persona, to that person in the organization? And then lastly, the overall message and how broad it can get from an EDM conversation. So let's dig into that first section, which is key EDM scenarios. From an enterprise data perspective, there are quite a few different areas where enterprise data management really adds a lot of value and is very foundational for our customers. Normal day-to-day routine changes, what occur all the time, a new department, a new legal entity, a new project, a new product offering, a new region that you're going into, changes to any of those along the way, a new description, a new attribute, things that move around, maybe an update into how things are grouped together. You may group departments differently, those types of things. If you're making a few just day-to-day, week-to-week changes as a normal course of business. Then you also have more transformational changes that occur that are very high volume, that have a lot of impact to the organization. And some of those are represented up top, obviously, and a few that are very key to the conversations that we have with our customers all the time. Nearly every single customer we come in contact with here at Oracle, we're talking to them about a cloud migration. How are you going to start to move some of your legacy software, some of your on-premise applications, some of your homegrown applications to the Oracle Cloud? And so that's a key area where we really add a lot of value and are foundational to a successful transformation is that cloud migration. Secondarily, are mergers and acquisitions. There's quite a bit of activity from a merger perspective, from an acquisition, even a divestiture perspective, as companies are acquiring. They're trying to bring additional information together. They're growing in order to reach new markets and to sell new products. So there's a lot of merger and acquisition activity going on. And coming with that is a lot of change, a lot of high volume change that needs to be addressed across the platform of systems. And so when you're looking at these transformational changes, there's going to be some areas as to why we want to manage the enterprise data proactively to help support those. First is from an alignment perspective, being able to ensure accurate and timely reporting, to reduce the possibility of errors and misstatements, and to eliminate the redundancy of change. Secondarily is to accelerate some of those transformational projects that we talked about as we're migrating our customers to the cloud, as there's a cloud deployment from an ERP perspective, even off of old non-Oracle applications, being able to accelerate that cloud adoption and make our customers successful with their transformation, and being able to do that very quickly, have an on-ramp to quickly assimilate those mergers and acquisitions or reorgs and restructuring. Very key to be able to provide this capability to our customers that no other vendor has and no other vendor addresses. We all want to talk about what you get when you get there, but we really very uniquely at Oracle address how you get there as well and how we can accelerate the process of getting to the cloud and making that a smooth transition. And that's hugely beneficial to our customers. So we talk about personas that we target, conversations that we want to have, people that we see as we go in and are really looking for use cases and looking to add value with Oracle solutions. Those stakeholders can be folks like the Director of Financial Systems, and that could be someone on the business side or very closely aligned to the business that's in IT. Certainly someone who's a Director of Finance Transformation or a Chief Data Officer. There's folks that are on the finance, the accounting side of the business, all the way up to the CFO and controller, VP or director of a lot of heavy business focus, obviously, because the business is the one that has a lot of change that needs to be managed, a lot of enterprise data that shows up in their reports, in a lot of the systems that they leverage, as well as the CIOs. Oftentimes, when you're talking about technology, you have to have some support on any solution decision from a CIO or someone on a very high level in the IT organization. So you do have to have those conversations with the folks at that level. And then you get into how is this going to impact across the different organizations and those different groups. And so when you look at the front office, things like corporate hierarchies and customer segmentation, customer profitability structures, sales territory realignment and compensation structures, the way you group things together, part of your organization, the way that you manage the segmentation. CFO's office is very keen on how do I make my organization much more efficient. I'm reducing my general ledgers. I'm doing a chart of account redesign so that when we process transactions, it goes much more smoothly. How do I align my systems together for revenue and expenses and make sure that all of my systems have the right roll-ups and are all aligned together, and I don't have data kickouts because I may have values or definitions in one system that I transact on that didn't make it across to where I report. And so eliminating, minimizing those reconciliations of reporting across different systems is hugely impactful for a CFO office to have a smooth finance organization. And then you get into other areas like product and marketing managers, where you're introducing a new product classifications, product bundles, these types of things, even product profitability and product planning. It's how you group things together. It's how you organize your business from a product perspective, or how you go to market, and how you want to bring information together for clean reporting, and how you want to group those products together. And then lastly, HR managers. Again, enterprise data exists across all different areas of the company and the firms that you're dealing with. So when you talk about HR, it's things like organizational redesign and reorgs. That's cost center realignment. It's how do I put the right people in the right places and group them together based on positions, based on skills, so that I can do meaningful reporting at an HR level. So these are very impactful. And again, there's a lot of different areas. We don't just focus on the office of the CFO. There's a lot of other areas in the organization, a lot of other personas that have enterprise data challenges that need to be solved. And again, Oracle is very unique for that. So when you talk about enterprise data management, the ability to model and transform your business and have that foundation in place to align the different dimensions and hierarchies, the chart of accounts, sites and locations, departments and positions, employees, grouping products together, sales territories. It really affects all of the different leads across the organization, from analytics to HCM to supply chain and ERP. And really, that foundation is in place to accelerate cloud adoption, which is paramount to what Oracle provides, but also aligning how you record a report, assimilating, obviously, acquisitions, and everything in an audited and governed environment. Thank you for your time today, and hope this was a good session and you learned something. Thank you.